This man is TOMO FUJITA, and he is a guitar professor who taught famous artists and YouTubers. And we are gonna learn slap bass from him right now. Let's watch this video. By studying this video, I was able to make this riff. Come and join me as we explore how I came up with this riff. So how do we approach learning this? Here's the plan. We don't necessarily learn the entire solo. You could if you want, but for the sake of this video, we're just gonna take one or two techniques. So our goal here is to take those techniques and be very familiar with it to the point that we can use it to make our own riff and eventually use it for on-the-spot improvisation. So this has been my approach for the past 6 months, and it's proven to be very effective. So the first line goes like this: slap, slap, mute, muted slap, and pop into a hammer-on. And we're gonna use that pattern to make our riff. Let's divide the first line into two parts. The first part being the rhythm section. The second part is when you do the hammer-on with a pop, and that's the fill. And then we're just gonna copy the first line and make it the second line. Then change the fill part. So instead of hammering on the second string, we're gonna hammer on the third string. And on the third line, we're just gonna copy the first line, but instead of the hammer on, we are gonna do a pull off. And for the fourth line, we're gonna copy the second line, and then instead of hammering on, we're just gonna stay on this note and vibrate it as much as we can. So we have our 4 lines. So it goes like this. We can actually do an 8-liner. So we're going to copy the first 4 lines and make them the 5th to the 8th line. And then the last line, the 8th line, we're going to change it completely. So what we're going to do is we're going to do some octaves. This technique of octaves has been widely used by many bassists. So we have 8 lines. So it goes like this. We can also double it up again. So we can make a riff with 16 lines. We're just going to change the last line, which is the 16th line. So instead of octaves, we're going to use this movement. So just by repeating the lines with slight changes, we have this riff. Cool trick, isn't it? Now let's add some grit to the tone. And then some drums. Let's add some piano part. This is the riff that we just made from learning one technique from TOMO FUJITA. Enjoy. I actually made an entire song with this riff, and I added a bass solo section. And if you want to listen to that, click here. See you there.